Most of my videos are focused on astrology, but this one is going to be a little bit different because something bigger is happening right now. Americans aren't just waking up to realizing the truth about corruption, but something far more uncomfortable. It's the realization that we've been infiltrated, we've been gaslit, we have been fed lies from birth. And when this lunar eclipse in Pisces hits, well, I think it's going to bring this all to a head. On September 7th, we have a total lunar eclipse in Pisces, and it's not just any eclipse, it's hitting the United States moon, Ceres, and Pallas up here in the third house. And this has to do with media education, public thought, and opposing that is a lot of Virgo energy in the ninth house with the United States natal Neptune being triggered, where we're seeing there could be energies having to do with law, religion, and foreign ideologies getting impacted. What does this mean? Well, it means that there's a culmination point occurring here. Something's been percolating and, finally the spell is broken. This is really where truth and illusion go to war over what we've been, taught versus what we were told to believe, and, who's been scripting, who's been dreamweaving it all along. For decades, Americans have been subtly and not so subtly manipulated by ideologies that didn't come from us, most especially the last 2.5 years that Saturn, Neptune were going through Pisces. It's really been strong. But really, even our textbooks, our legal definitions, our media, even our religious framing is all shaped often covertly by foreign think tanks, NGOs, even lobbyists who have agendas that do not serve the American people. And now we're seeing new hate speech laws getting, written to protect foreign allies from criticism. You see NGOs like the Jewish Family Service funneling migrants into communities under the guise of charity in previous years, in the previous administration. And we've been seeing a lot of our politicians standing at Israel's Wailing Wall while bombs have been dropped in our name, despite the fact that most Americans, left or right, do not want to pay for any more wars, despite the fact that we can't afford it. So this eclipse is saying enough, the veil is lifting. And right on cue, we are hearing reports that Ghislaine Maxwell has been moved to a cushy prison in Texas and may be getting released on a special work release program. Like, would that ever happen for me or you if we had been engaged in what she's been engaged in? All of this set up for her after supposedly meeting with DOJ officials and offering a list of names that frankly they should have already had but conveniently lost. I mean, just think about that. If that was me or you, they'd have those names. And we wouldn't be getting such a cushy deal. Does this sound familiar? Think about Epstein, right? He died. Which, side note, I have really been looking into the astrology of that. Y'all let me know if you want me to break down his chart and what happened at his date of death, okay? So we can dissect what really happened according to the astrology. But I digress. Let's move on. Epstein died, and the list was never released, and the public was told to move on. It's all a hoax. Now, I do believe some things are hoaxes, but not this. Because we've got the victims. We've got the testimonies. Yeah, some people are saying, well, you can't trust her. You can't trust what she says. But then that's exactly what they said about prosecuting the Clintons, about making deep state arrests, about draining the swamp. And yet still, we have nothing. This eclipse does not guarantee that justice is going to be brought, unfortunately, but it will expose the charade. And this is not just about Ghislaine Maxwell. This is about the American people no longer believing the official story. It's about foreign influence finally being seen for what it really is. And legalized gaslighting no longer working. With Saturn retrograde in Pisces during this time conjunct the North Node, we're being forced to mature emotionally and to stop begging for justice from corrupt systems and start building new ones. Because the system is rigged. And I talked about this in a previous video, by the way, on how to solve this problem. So go back and watch it if you missed it. But the people are waking up and remembering who we are. So this eclipse, it's not just a sky event, it's a mind event. And what's revealed in the coming weeks and months, it might break some hearts, might break some minds, but it's also going to break some chains. If you felt all this time like something is really off, and now, you're seeing it more clearly than ever before, more confirmed than ever before, you are not alone, you are not crazy. You're finally seeing what was already there. And if you really want to know what's really going on, well, make sure you're following me for more decoded US astrology. Next video coming out is going to do a deeper dive into the upcoming solar eclipse in Virgo. Hope to see you there.